Best of luck to you, Japan. Best of luck to you, Korea. It's the opening game of day 2, everybody. Team captains to see the officials for the toss of the coin.
And as Jason Bennett wraps up the MC duties down there, he's doing a fantastic job. We are pleased to have you back here live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network for day 2 of the 2025 Asia Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championships. The world qualifiers here. The winners, top 3 or 4 of this, as Japan have already qualified, will go on to Tokyo, Japan next year in the 26th World Championships. And I am going to be joined again in the commentary box with her amazing lacrosse knowledge, Michelle Davies. Welcome back to day 2 action.
Thanks, Tony. It's great to be here and looking forward to another fantastic round of games today.
It is, and we've got Pete Greenhow next door. He's taken all the stats that matter. And we've got Christian up on the camera and Scotty Gill, who makes all this happen. So we look forward to having you all day. 4 big games today. And yesterday there was 4 massive games for the start of the tournament. And the winners yesterday were Japan, Chinese Taipei, the Philippines and Australia. Rounded it out last night. And Japan, like yesterday, getting up over New Zealand 11-4. And Korea, they went down to Chinese Taipei 13-4. A couple of notable goal scorers yesterday. Farley for Korea got 3 out of their 4 goals. And the Japan team, Yamane, got a 3-goal MVP for performance yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on how she backs up today and goes forward. And also Mizuno with a couple yesterday as a notable goal scorer. Japan, having already booked their trip into the World Qualifiers as the host nation, still have a lot of things to play for this week, and they'll be looking at trying to take this tournament out, Michelle.
Yeah, they will. You still want to come away from the tournament like this with a big win, and they're looking to prepare for that World Championships. So looking at their squad numbers, their players, they'll probably rotate a few people around. It's not also about winning this, it's about selecting that team to represent them at the World Championships.
Absolutely is. And what a perfect day they've put on for us here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. It is absolutely glorious here at this stadium, and when you get up the top into the stands here, the breeze just blows past you. I mean, you could retire up here just sitting in the stand, I think.
Happily sitting up here in the commentary position in this fabulous stadium, but it's a fantastic location. The grounds around here are just pristine, and I wish I was back out there playing.
Well, I certainly don't, but the grounds out there do look magnificent, and they've held up after day 1. Had a fair bit of lacrosse on them yesterday, but you would not know when anyone stepped out there, Michelle.
No, it's fantastic, and all games being played on this pitch, which is a fantastic opportunity for everybody to get to use the main arena, and perfect for spectators up in this grandstand.
And we watched a bit of the, we watched all the games yesterday. We get a bit more of an idea of what the teams look like. And we'll put them up on our feed very shortly. But notable players from yesterday, Michelle, the Japanese side?
You went through some of the goalkeepers. Yamane certainly dominated through that midfield, and they created through her quite a lot. Also Mizuno sitting out on that left-hand shooter position, great split dodge, and she creates the overlap, and also gave off some really nice feeds yesterday. So they're my 2 to watch.
And on the Korean side, I know they had a bit of a different game against Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, Phoebe Kim for me was the key drive in their attack. Fantastic dodger, just her ability to maintain stick possession under extreme pressure yesterday was fantastic. So number 18, Phoebe Kim, she's a key player for them. And you mentioned the goal scorer, Farley, also dominated in the centre. So, they were the 2 to watch for me.
They were, and they certainly, when they had the ball down in offence, they were doing some really good things down there. Just those unforced errors, they tried to force the crease. As we saw many teams do yesterday, they forced the crease a little, tried to pump it, ball turns over. The teams that actually did win yesterday were setting good cutters, diagonal cutters, I will say. And they were opening up those spaces and getting quite relatively simple goals. One thing that impressed me yesterday, and I'm always about goalkeepers, the goalkeeping here yesterday from some of these keepers, well, it is world class, but they were amazing.
Yeah, they were. And we saw all the teams rotating keepers, and it didn't matter who was in the cage. You know, some of those saves were just spectacular because we know that the shots are precise and coming at speed. So, yeah, the goalkeepers were key yesterday.
They were indeed, as the teams come out, and we have Japan starting. Their goalkeeper is Uchida. She came on later in the game yesterday. Saito started yesterday, so just rotating keeping or net minding down there. But for the Koreans, they're starting their goalkeeper Kim Yoo-min today, and she was very good yesterday as well.
Yeah, the clearing is also an essential part of that goalkeeping role, and we found yesterday that most teams were happy to go back to their keeper and bring it down slowly and composed, but then the actual release into the middle was where teams broke it apart.
And into the middle we do go here for game number 1 on day 2. Game 5 as we have the ball girl taking the ball out for the officials in the centre there. We have Kim Hae-min for Korea, and also I know you for Japan, who will start this game in the centre draw. Absolutely perfect day. If you are in the area, get down here to the Sunshine Coast Stadium. Absolutely fantastic day for watching lacrosse. And there is going to be some really good games on here today. If you are joining us and aren't able to get here on the Australian Lacrosse Network, welcome through World Lacrosse TV. And we have an illegal procedure already, so we will have Japan taking the ball initially. And just trying to sneak away there. And ball will come, in for Korea. So kick there to Hae-min. Hae-min down the back to Avrum. Fires the ball over to Shaylin. Shaylin was a goal scorer yesterday too, while Mackenzie Farley got 3. Shaylin was the first goal scorer for the day. Ball to be won, dispossessed, and here comes Japan. Japan coming down through Nakazawa. Nakazawa fires the ball over, looks down to shoot, not there. Good crash there by Korea. Korea back to the, just couldn't quite get a handle of the ball. And the keeper there for Korea just mopping that up in Yoo-min. Yoo-min just fires the ball out of the outer side. She's put her team under pressure, but a fantastic pickup and will bring into offense down the bottom left-hand side there for Korea. And Korea with another offensive opportunity here. Ball with Jung Avrum. Kicks the ball up there to Hae-min. Hae-min looks inside. Just missed the handle of the ball. Ball on the ground to be won. Is won by Joy Shin. Joy Shin looks down. Nearly picked off. Ball looks inside. Great check there. And it's fallen the way of Korea. The number 17 there for Korea in Hae-min. Hae-min rolling around. Still has the ball in her stick. Good ball control, Michelle.
Absolutely. There was an early call, but the Japanese defenders obviously didn't hear it and maintain that pressure. So
Kim Hae-min will line up at the 15-metre mark. Keeper just baiting her a little bit. There you go. Have a shot this side because this is where I'm going to step. Doesn't get in. Looks down the bottom. Oh, this could open up. Keeper comes out. Good pressure there from the keeper in Uchida. But Avrum.
Yeah, Korea being nice and patient here, just maintaining some possession, setting things up.
Back to Avrum. Kicks the ball there to Joy Shin. And she did a power of work yesterday, Joy Shin. Down the back again. Going through X. Looking to open up something. Little pick coming through. Avrum. Looks down the back. Finds Shaylin. And a little bit of just getting the ball around. Joyce in. Looks to dodge. Good pressure there from the defender in Yamamoto. Oh, sorry, that is Nakazawa. Good pressure on the ground balls there from Korea at the moment. That's smart, really smart lacrosse there from Tamura. Just knocked it between her legs back to her player. And here we go. This is what Japan like to do. They love this transition ball up through Kawhi. Kawhi passes the ball forward. Another one on the corner. Great shot there. And Japan getting the first of the day through Kitagawa. And Megan Kitagawa starts the scoring here in this first game of the day. Took about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But that transition ball, Michelle.
Yeah, I know you right through the middle, number 10 there, just broke open the lanes through the middle, and she was the one that created that goal through really hard transition, gave herself some space and then created the overlap. So well done from number 10. I know you there from Japan who created that great work.
So Farley and Tamura into the centre. A change in the centre draw here. Breeze blowing to our left of the screen. Mind you, doesn't have that much of an effect up here apart from cooling you. Great pick up there from Harbour. Harbour looks down, looks to fire. Oh, top shelf. Bang. Another one there for Kitagawa. And Kitagawa must have eaten the special cereal for breakfast this morning because 2 in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, she's come out shooting, hasn't she? She plays that right-hand position extremely well. Just gave herself a little bit more space there, so I think the Koreans are going to have to tighten up there.
Well, Megan Kitagawa getting the first 2 of the day. And we see that sometimes you have just a day out in some of these games, and it doesn't matter where you sit. And all of a sudden you could have 3 or 4 in the first quarter and you think this game's pretty easy. And the next 3 you don't get a touch. So ball back in the centre again. Harbour loses the ball. Good work there from Phoebe Kim. And she did a power of work yesterday for Korea. And your player to watch today for the Koreans. Ball down the back there. Avrum just loses the ball, and that's gone out of bounds. And
they're those unforced errors you were talking about. I mean, that's a little forced because there's some good defence, but yeah, you've got to be able to hold that pressure.
You do indeed. And the ball will come out through Kai. And they're very quick to force the ball up the field, Japan. Great break on the outer side here, Muto. Muto got the last goal of the game yesterday. And ball comes down at the bottom. Finds Akiyama. Akiyama there to Mizuno. Mizuno had a fantastic game as well yesterday. She would have been up for MVP honours.
Yeah, she did. A lot of the attacking play came through her yesterday, and she's got an exceptional split dodge.
Oda to Yamamoto. Yamamoto looks inside. Good pass. Knocked down. Ball to be won on the deck. Great pick up there from Mackenzie Farley. Farley just running around, finds her goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper will flick the ball out there to Shanae. Shanae running down the outer side. Finds Avrum. She's got some motors by the look of it. Certainly when those legs get moving, she was starting to take space off her defender. But defensively, a lot of pressure out there for Japan.
Yeah, they're just not allowing her to be able to run the ball behind and let the Korean team set up.
Kobayashi wearing her like a cheap suit out there at the moment. Ball to be won on the deck, and here comes Japan again. Ground ball to be won. Good check. Still ground ball to be won. And great extraction there from Yuri. And wins the ball. And wants to get it started very quickly. Ball kicked over here to Su Young. Su Young looking to bring it down through X. Finds Mackenzie Farley there.
Japanese defence right out on them, putting lots of one-on-one pressure.
They have pushed out, haven't they, as Farley gets the ball. And it'll be interesting to see these matchups as they go on today as Farley tries to get inside left and gets under immense pressure. Might have just worn one across the nose there, and there's a flag on the play. So Farley will, and we're going to have a yellow card here, I believe. First one of the day. Now, there were plenty of cards yesterday, Michelle, and they could come to bite at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, the point system, they rack up, and players are mindful of that as they start to build into the tournament. Nobody wants to miss a match for too many demerit points.
And just looking to see who's sitting here. I'm sure there was a card there. No one's actually sat yet. 1, 2. There's definitely a penalty here.
13.
13. As Muto will sit for that penalty. Oh, sorry, on the... So...
That's a great feed across the cage there. Goalies sometimes like to whip those up, but that was a beautiful feed.
So an opportunity here for Korea. It's a 2-0 game. And the ball just being asked to reset. I don't know what all that was about, but maybe the numbers didn't add up, or there were too many odd numbers and not enough evens. Oh, that's the thing that let them down yesterday, was that force pass into the middle.
Yeah, just a little bit of scoreboard pressure, and we've seen the Koreans really pump it in, trying to, desperate to hit the scoreboard early. So
I tell you what, there's a lot of pressure out there in Hirossi. She was in the middle of all that ruck.
Well, if you can turn it over there, you're set up to react to that goalie being so far out. So I can see why the Koreans were putting a bit of extra heat on there.
So they're able to shut that down. There was an open pass there. There's still an open pass. Got the goalie one side, does kick it to Uchida. Uchida kicks that ball back to Hirossi. And Hirossi will just take some time here. They are in a penalty situation at the moment, so just trying to utilise that defensive end to wipe some of the time off
down.
This penalty. And just going to play a bit of catch down there.
Yeah, you can see that they're under no pressure and happy to just wind this clock down.
So Tamura fires the ball there through Hirossi. It comes back to Hirossi now from the keeper, Uchida. And there we go, opened up. I think the penalty has been released now. So now even numbers. And Japan will start to pressure the offensive end. Good movement out there at the moment. The legs will be feeling probably a little bit tight and sore from yesterday. Maybe not, the way running down. Oh, looks inside, finds the middle of the crease there. And what a great feed to Yamamoto, getting her first of the day.
She had a lot of time. She was open for a long time, and the feed just held until she took it dead centre. There's not much a goalie can do about that. So,
well, when they look back at that replay, you saw the defender come off very early. There was 2 defenders running with the girl coming down.
Yeah, equally the low slide didn't come. I would have liked to see that bottom defender slide up and force another pass and a tighter angle to give the goalkeeper a bit more of a look. So, yeah, that low defender for me was also late to slide. One too early, one too late.
One too late. And one in the back of the gate. So, Heymin in for Korea, into the centre draw. Mudo coming off that 2-minute rest. She'll have to be careful for the rest of the game. Don't want to get another one, but I'll tell you what, if you win it to yourself like that, you'll be doing all right. Muto looks down, finds the goal scorer in the first quarter in Kitagawa. Kitagawa gets the ball over to Mizuno. Mizuno passing up to Yamane, the MVP of yesterday's game. And we see Hosoda come on. She was good yesterday when Hosoda came on. Really quick on the feet and certainly did create. Found a goal of her own yesterday and probably could have had a couple. Great feed inside. Kitagawa again just says, I'll tell you what, I've bought my own bag. I'm going to fill it up with balls today. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to fill it up with goals.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've just seen a lot of space given to that centre, so I think that the Korean defence are going to have to adjust here. We saw them running a bit of a back of defence for a while yesterday, so they may look to do that just to cover that gap in the middle because they're getting burnt. Not so much on the outside. Japan yesterday had a lot of dodges from the elbows. They've obviously stepped up for that, but they're allowing a bit too much space in the middle.
And they've already set that now. There's 4 back in their defensive end, so they've realised that they're not going to give away those fast break transition goals out of the centre. As Muto goes back in there again. That was a great win from Muto to herself.
Absolutely. She seems to be the specialist centre drawer, coming off and subbing for an attacker to go on once they've got possession of the ball.
So Hei Min, and that might have been a movement there. That'll be a Japanese ball, just reacting a little too quickly, and the official right on that one.
Yeah, we saw Hei Min there just move her sticker slightly early.
So ball down to someone who's got it on a string at the moment in Kitagawa in front of the cage. Looks back up. Great take with pace there, Aoyama. And ball comes over to Hosada. Hosada in and out. Kicking the ball on. Good pace. Great pace to get into the crease. And top shelf just drops the hand slightly, looking like she was going to go downstairs, but then fired it up over the keeper's head. And a great goal there from the number 6 in Kauai.
Just not enough defensive pressure on that. Didn't get any stick on her body just to delay or force her back the other way. She came at pace, absolutely, but there wasn't too much dodging either. It was just a hard run to goals. So Korea got to step up and get some physical presence on that on those drives, I think.
As we see Mackenzie Farley going into the centre. We saw the 277s going up against each other yesterday. That won't happen today because Japan don't have a number 77. And interesting that 2 players are wearing 77. Must be something I don't know about. Ball with Muto. Muto deemed to have been illegal in that centre draw. And Mackenzie Farley takes the ball. And just having to reset as the official.
Yeah, Yamane a little close on that penalty.
Well, she still sort of was well in front of her then. But no real advantage for being penalised. When
you can see the Japanese defenders are out on the adjacents and not allowing those support passes and forcing.
Good contest here. Farley against Muto. Farley picks it up and gets a step. She will go to the cage, given an opportunity. Looks to head fake. There's and looking to draw. It might be a 3-second call there. As there is a 3-second call.
So yeah, with those Japanese defenders pushing out on the adjacents, the lower defenders are stepping in to take up some space. But they just aren't manning a player, so they're in the 3 seconds.
So Tamura with that 3-second call against her. Farley steps in, looks to shoot, fires, and that's up and over the top. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Snuck up on us again very quickly. We've got a 5-0 lead here in the first quarter of this Japan versus Korea game. And as the 2 teams come to the bench, the other part of our team steps into the commentary box. And Mr. Peter Greenhow, welcome to the feed. How did you see that first quarter?
Oh, look, both teams playing really good defensive games. Most of the turnovers coming from really good pressure indeed. So not too many unforced errors to report. Japan, though, have got out to a great start, 5-0. Most of those goals coming from transition. Coming down from defence or from the centre draw in one instance. Really getting the Koreans moving and finding that free play and getting that goal. So, look, we've got Kitagawa, who's got 3 big goals in that quarter. She's been great. Yamamoto with 1 and Kauai with 1. But 4 of those goals assisted. So really doing a good job getting the Koreans moving.
We like the assisted goals as all coaches in here. Nothing better than a good assisted goals. Anything else for the quarter, Pete, that took your eye?
Well, look, there's the one yellow card for the Japanese team in Muto. And the goalie's not really having much to do with the game at the moment. The Korean goalie for that quarter, Yu Min, didn't really get any stops, but let the 5 through. So probably she won't be too happy with that quarter for her.
It will. And we thank Pete Greenhow for his in-depth statistics. While we watch the game, he watches the things that matter, the little 1%ers. And Pete will be back at halftime and let us know where this game's going. But currently, it is a 5-0 lead here, live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Or if you are watching through World Lacrosse TV, welcome wherever you are around the world. You've got myself, Tony Watts here, and Michelle Davies in the commentary. And Michelle, what do Korea have to do to get back into this game?
As Pete said, a lot of the goals coming from transition, so they really need to block that down. We've seen them drop an extra defender back to try and stop that, try and stop the run, but they're actually not getting any physical presence on those drivers. So they need to really step up, and they've got to slide quicker.
Absolutely. As the second quarter is about to get underway here, we have Hae-min in there for Korea and Muto for Japan. Muto tries to win it to herself. That's come out fortuitously there, but just hung out the stick. And we've got to be careful doing that. There's some cards being given already for those real swipes. So going to have to be careful there, Nakazawa. Ball thrown at the feet of the attacker. That could come off, but Japan really shutting down that defensive end. And Phoebe Kim just able to take it to some clear air out there. And she will pass the ball up to Shaylin. So Shaylin puts the ball in her left, now in her right. They're really putting pressure on that.
Yeah, the Japanese defence is really pushing out and blocking off those adjacent passes, so there's no easy support.
She's trying to work her way in here and gets a push. That's a good outcome for Korea.
And that's what we've got to see. The ball holder has really got to drive because they don't have that support relief pass, so they've got to really be prepared to take the Japanese defenders on.
So Phoebe Kim from the 15-metre arc. We know she doesn't mind getting in on the cage. Phoebe Kim looks and fires, and that's a great shot from Phoebe Kim. Just dropped the hands and then went low.
Oh, fantastic shot. Watch this again on the replay.
So broke the line really quickly here. And as that defender came in, really did drop those hands, didn't she?
Yeah, she almost started a bit of a sidestep to open herself up and square up to the cage so she could had some room to stay on her right hand.
So a quick reply in the second quarter from Korea. They obviously had a bit of a chat about it, getting the push there to put her on the 15-metre arc. And Phoebe Kim, that's one of those players you want the ball in her stick. So
Absolutely, she's a key possession winner.
Is indeed. Ball in the centre. Great work there from Mackenzie Farley. So maybe a little bit of momentum just starting to build here for Korea. And we saw what Farley did yesterday. She did a lot of work to get in on the cage. Little flip, maybe. No, tries to flip, gets inside, beats her two opponents, hung it out. Good hold there from Farley as they're just caught up there.
Tangled up in the middle there.
Bit of a as we stop, might have just got the laces caught up there. They looked like they were almost doing that three-legged race for a second, the two of them.
Yeah, tangled up in the middle there. So just hold and play to let them get set up again.
So Korea still with the ball. And Kang moves the ball on, kicks it down there to Avrum. And she will run this right-hand side, tries to get space. Back up there to Kang. Kang, she did a fair bit of bullocking in there too yesterday. Oh, Farley opens up. Didn't quite. Good knockdown, and Japan win the ball. Ball coming back the other way through transition. Picked up by Harbour. Harbour puts the ball in her left hand, now in her right. Puts it over there to her opponent, her teammate in Aoyama. And Aoyama just decides to pull it out and give it down to Kitagawa. And I'd be giving it to Kitagawa every time I was in the offensive end at the moment.
Yeah, she's had a great start to the match. I think she's got 2 or 3 already. So
Has Akiyama has the ball, kicks it back there to Kitagawa. And ball comes up the top. Drive here from the top from Kawhi. Already a goal scorer. Kawhi is looking to create some space and running a big arc here, but well guarded there by Su Young. Ball comes down to the right-hand side. Aoyama.
the Japanese attack are bringing them really wide, giving themselves a lot of space on this elbow to drive.
Korea aren't
They're not
sucking
pushing
out though, are they?
No.
So they're looking to do that. They're playing on that 15-metre fan, and they said, if you want to attack, you come to me.
I'll leave you out there.
Yep. So Kawhi with the ball pops up the top. They've used the restraining line really well. Little 1-2 there, and Kawhi gets another one. The number 6 for Japan. Little 1-2 here. That's great play using that restraining line, Michelle.
Absolutely. They've created a great 2-on-1 there. You saw it's a nice 2-man game there, Tony, and unfortunately for Korea, no one identified the overlap and went to support the other defender.
And we're going to have a timeout, are we? I hear a whistle down there. And, yep, the Korean coach is just waving his troops in. He wants to have a little bit of a conversation about that defensive set, especially that was you see that a lot in women's lacrosse, where if you can utilise that restraining line and open some on the other side, you create that 2-on-1, and that's exactly what Japan did then.
Absolutely. So when we're talking about creating that 2-on-1 on the other side, the Korean defence were heavily loaded on this left-hand side. So they've just rotated round and found an overlap. Defensively, you've got to identify that, and there were 3 or 4 guarding the bottom corner and 1 at the top. So they really need to support each other and balance up more there.
So getting plenty of the ball at the moment, and are the Japanese, and the reason that they're getting plenty of the ball, we've just got here the ball girl today was Kaylin Reski taking the ball out. So that's an honour in an international game where Kaylin gets to take the ball out to the officials.
Yeah, and she'll enjoy the opportunity to get out there and shake the hands of her idols, and she'll have a nice photo with the team later.
So just on that, we will have a young player or a supporter of lacrosse, and maybe not even lacrosse, maybe some other sports, just being able to run out with the ball and hand the game ball to the officials today. So we will let you know who that is as the day goes on. But a huge honour for one of the young women here.
Yeah,
and men.
Yeah,
it's
a nice little tradition that we're starting here.
So ball in the centre. Harbour up against, might have gone down. And
great take by Farley there.
I was just watching her grab her knee then, and I was, I always worry when I see someone go straight for it, but it just must have been the turf as she hit the turf. Might have just skinned it up a little. Farley, she's tough though. Looks to run circles. Kicks it over to her teammate in Yuri. Yuri looks up. Fires the ball to the outer side here. Phoebe Kim. Kim under immense amount of pressure there.
Yeah,
from
great defensive
Tanaka.
work.
Looks inside, and that's again just a force pass. Luckily, that may come back for them. She can get it in the stick under pressure. Good pressure there from Japan, as certainly gave herself an opportunity, the defender there.
Yeah, Harbour just pushing out really nicely to put some extra pressure on.
So Avrum with the ball down the back, just swapping left and right hand, but you can see the pressure that the Japanese are putting on, and that's the pressure right there. Ball won't go out of bounds, but it will be picked up by Japan in Hirose. Hirose looks inside. So this is the transition ball that Japan love to play. Looks down the centre of the field, finds Nakazawa. Nakazawa kicks the ball over to Harbour. Harbour looks to get inside, not there. Fires the ball over there to Mizuno. Mizuno down the back to the 3-time goal scorer of this game already, Kitagawa. And Kitagawa just settles it down while they get into their offensive set.
So Korea, very different defensive style to the Japanese defence. So they're leaving him out there and giving them time to set up, but blocking up that centre.
Mizuno gives the ball to Kitagawa. Kitagawa drawing a crowd. And just one of those unforced errors there. Unusual.
Unusual. We haven't seen the Japanese offence turn that over.
But it is. And coming back through Kang. Kang looks inside. Finds Hua Yeon. And now the ball in the stick of Yuri. Yuri looks up. Good forward pass there to Heymin. Heymin will kick the ball over here. As just running with the ball is Heymin. Looks up the top. Finds Kim. Phoebe Kim looks to go left, a little right, gets some space. Just gets monstered in the middle there. Keeper comes out. Keeper is that's going to be a clamp there.
Held check there, yeah, but
keeper's stick.
really aggressive attacking play by the goalkeeper coming out.
Uchida will take the ball on the 15-metre mark and give it off fairly quickly.
That's a
ball
great outlet
comes
pass.
up the top to Tanaka. Tanaka over here to Onui. And ball down the back through Kitagawa. Looking up, oh, nice little inside cut there, almost by Mizuno. The ball was just thrown behind her a little bit.
Yeah, not quite where she wanted it.
So ball back out with Onui. As Yamamoto just manages to get the ball back in her stick, and Kitagawa.
We've seen the Korean defence really alter the way that they're not allowing those drives now because they're all sitting back right on the fan, defending some space, not allowing those easy drives that we saw early.
Oda being guarded there by Haimin. Ball comes over the left-hand side. Looks to get inside.
Great slide.
That defender came very quickly, didn't they, on
Yep.
that slide? Ball kicked down, trying to rotate, trying to get... Oh, great little step inside. That's a fantastic. Gives a shovel shot, but saved there from the keeper. Good work to get in on the cage there by Mizuno, but keeper was ready for that one in Yu Min, and she will clear the ball for Korea. And she will give it to Hei Min to do that work, but runs into two Japan defenders and then parts the seas with them.
Yeah, nice split through the middle there. When you're riding hard, you want to tighten up on those, not allow the attacker any room to go through the middle.
Yuri gives it to Hei Min. Hei Min just wearing an illegal check there. So Hei Min looking for an open player. Finds that open player in Yuri. Yuri kicks the ball down there to Joshun. To Shailin. Shailin over to Avrum. And Avrum, she obviously is a designated X-player or behind the goals. For those who don't watch a lot of lacrosse, we call that X behind the crease or behind the goal and extended in the middle. As, again, just another unforced error.
Yeah, we've seen Avrum there really owning that back space, but she's not actually moving forward. There's a lot of side-to-side movement, but her the defensive pressure is actually not allowing her to gain any space. So,
And Fujimura just allowed to run with space. finds Ainui. Ainui kicks the ball over there to Aoyama. Aoyama shut down for space. Oh, great cut. Good intercept, though. You like to see defenders with sticks up in that instance.
Get into those passing lanes.
And the ball comes back to Yamane. I said Yamane with 3 goals yesterday. Hasn't troubled the scorer yet. Good movement here from Japan. Oh, look, sees the goalie come off her line there. That's really smart lacrosse from Atsuko Oda. And she has just seen the keeper come off the line. Watch this on the replay. Gets the ball out here. The keeper comes off to try and guard that crease player. And she says, well, if you're going to leave that much goal for me, I'm going to stick it in the back of the net.
Absolutely. We saw Megan Yamamoto getting a lot of space in the front of goal, and they've obviously passed to her quite a number of times, and the goalie's obviously highly aware of that and has stepped right out to help cover the pass across, but left herself vulnerable on that side.
Just didn't, and I'd be having a word to my defenders, just saying, hey, if this player keeps getting loose in the middle, we need to tighten that up, because I don't want to be having to come out and do that. But that's just smart lacrosse from the Japanese attacker in Oda.
Absolutely. Really good spatial awareness.
So Aoyama down to Kitagawa. And Kitagawa fires the ball over there to the goal scorer. She says, well, let's hope that happens again. Just give it to me from out at about 10 metres. I don't mind shooting it at somewhat of an empty net. Aoyama drives, looks to get in. She does get in. Tink, 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 tink. Off the bar it goes. And Kitagawa able to get that back up and kicks it back up to the goal scorer in Oda. Oda fires the ball over there to Harbour. Harbour releases, looks inside. Oh, great fake high, and then goes low. And that's Aoyama. Good look down to that bottom corner.
Yeah, fantastic vision. And a really great finish.
Just came out of nowhere, didn't she, Aoyama? And great fake high. Goalie comes up and just, there's the 5-hole. Put it straight through there.
She's got too much time.
if you're getting to do that, that defender had to come.
If you've got that much time, your defence isn't reacting fast enough. And we saw, I couldn't quite see the number from here, sitting out wide, minding her player, and they came in behind. They really need to just drop low.
That they do, and they've already got an extra back at the defensive end. Harbour picks the ball up, and here's an opportunity again for Japan. Currently leading 8-1 with about a minute to go in this second term, and that there, I think she'd like to have that one back, as that one fires about a metre over the head of her teammate. As the ball is given up by the keeper. And kicks it here to Yuri. Yuri almost a designated defensive clearer there.
Yeah, we've seen her carry the ball out quite a few times.
Just trying to hold the ball. We've got about 38 seconds left in this contest in the second half. Or second quarter, I should say. Looking for the long one, and that could turn over. It does turn over, so still an opportunity here for Japan if they move the ball quickly. Ball is in the stick of Yamane. Yamane steps down, looks to go, fires inside. Great look there to Harbour. Harbour just puts it over the top of the cage, and the Japanese will get the back up. 10 seconds to go in this quarter. Do they have another opportunity for a shot? As Yamamoto looks to get in, looks down, fires. Oh, good save up the top shelf from the shot of Inui. And that will end the second half. A little bit of action right at the end of the quarter there.
Yeah, much better defence there from the Koreans, just managing to hold them out on both the fast break option. The additional pass right across was an option, and they should have probably put that one away, Harbour, just going over the top, but the Koreans held strong there.
But again, 2 opportunities in the last minute after a turnover in the middle. I mean, the riding pressure from Japan has been excellent. As I said, Yuri looks to be the one that they want to go through and transition out of defence. So they'll
Yeah,
have to look at that a little bit.
They're all trying to run and create space, but they're running away from her. No one's coming in and V-cutting and turning back and presenting for the ball to give her a clear option. When we talk about diagonal cuts down in attack, diagonal through the ride is also how they're going to break up that zone ride.
Absolutely, and all the things that are happening out there. Our man on the spot has been keeping an eye on them all, Mr. Peter Greenhow. Some good work in that quarter by both Japan and Korea. What did you make of it stat-wise, mate?
Yeah, look, good to see Korea slow Japan's pace down a bit. Japan weren't able to get free on those transitions as much as they did in that first quarter, but Yu Min coming up with a few big saves too, so good to see her getting herself into the game. 3 goals from Japan, Kawai, Oda and Oyama. 1 from Korea with Kim. But I just want to talk about a couple of goals, Tony and Michelle. The first one, how good was the goal where the goalie was off the post?
Oh, we said absolutely just smart there from Oda. We talked about the defensive efforts there, Michelle, and Michelle said they've just had to cover that. But very smart from a player to see someone off their line and an open net.
And Japan have done so well to create that extra player in the crease that they forced the goalie to make that decision. But yeah, really smart, good vision to see that open goal there. And the other one was that first goal of the quarter. I don't know if you saw this, but Japan had a really great bit of strategy, bit of strategic play there. A player actually come from the offense into the defensive area, and which freed up a player on the other side of the field to create that 2-on-1. It was great.
Yeah, using the restraining line and the overlap. So for those not familiar with lacrosse, you've got to keep your 3 defenders back, but and they sit on that restraining line, and the restraining line's quite close. Unlike men's, which is in the middle, it's third. So it was really strategically done to create the overlap because Korea all have adjusted their defence and are sitting way back on the fan. So yeah, really smart work by the Japanese offence.
It just makes me think, what else has Japan got up its sleeve? You know, it just creates that little bit of a question mark in maybe the Aussies' minds. Because they're going to probably most likely come up against them in one of the crossover matches.
Yep, absolutely. So, penalty-wise to speak of that quarter, Pete?
Yeah,
nothing?
No yellow cards there. So just the one from Muto from Japan in the first quarter. So pretty clean game, but really good pressure all over the field from both teams, really. No one really getting the ascendancy in centre draws. We've got 5-6, so very close there. And when I say that, that's getting possession from the centre draw.
Unforced errors, or we saw a couple just sneak in at late there.
So I think I've missed one here. I think Korea got one late in that quarter, but they've got 5 for the game. Japan only the 2, but all of those 2 in that quarter. So just, it is hot out there. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue settling in after a big day yesterday,
and that's generally when you see those unforced errors or the passes just not hitting the mark, when people are flat-footed and standing, not using their feet and passing on the run.
That's right. Yeah.
And we did see at the end of the quarter there the throw over the head, which is uncharacteristic of the Japanese team, but missed it by about a metre. And even I would have struggled to, white men can't jump, get up to get that one. Yeah,
and like Michelle said, the fatigue does set in. It is hot. Some of these teams have come from their winter as well, so maybe that could have some sort of an effect as the week goes on.
Yeah, we did talk about that yesterday a little bit, that they've come from their winter and into here, and some of the warm-ups yesterday, especially China's warm-up, they basically played a game before they got out there with the hot shoe shuffles and what that used to be like, Pete. That was one of my favourites with the old calf burners. But they did about 25 minutes of it yesterday, some of the midfielders.
And I think that's what we're going to see more of as we move into the Olympic era of lacrosse. Some of these, like warm-ups, it's all about injury prevention. And when you're playing multiple games throughout a week, you really have to look after your bodies. They've got great facilities here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium with some ice baths and compression, leg compression tools, so they're really lucky and they need to make full use of those facilities.
The Athlete Recovery Centre
Yeah.
downstairs has been, fantastic setup for all athletes.
And we might just have a quick break. Thanks, Peter Greenhow and Michelle Davies. We'll be back very shortly, live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. As the two teams come back for the second half in this, we've got a couple of changes in the goalkeeping ranks out there. We see the number 24 for Korea, Park Hei-ji, coming in. So she will get her first opportunity. And down the other end, Aya Sato has the goalkeeping duties for the second half. She started the game yesterday. So
And we've seen that in most matches, rotating goalkeepers. Some at the half, some at each quarter. So keep the attackers guessing.
So Hey Min goes into the centre here, up against Harbour. As the centre draw comes out, just good pick up there from Kawhi. Kawhi puts the Jets on and gets the ball down through X. Finds Ayama. And Ayama will kick it to Akiyama. As they'll be looking at an 8-1 game here, Michelle. They'll start to rotate potentially some of their players as the week goes on.
Yeah, we just saw Harbour sub off there to get a specialist left-hander on, and just as I call
Creating
her, and she's got the ball and created a free
created
there,
some free space
Yamamoto.
there. Yeah, just good ball movement, wasn't it? You had Nakazawa there looking to draw and got it over there to Kitagawa. Oh, sorry, Kawhi, and then the player in Yamamoto drawing the free space. But Yamamoto steps in, and that one's just gone wide. The keeper not having to make a save there. Was looking like she was in a good position, though. And backed up by Japan through Mizuno. Mizuno through Akiyama. Akiyama passes the ball over. Looks to now come around left. Gets the ball. Akiyama has put her defender almost on an island there.
And that's a great slide by the Korean defender there in Heimin.
So just stepping inside, looking to get up. Good pass up the top to Yamamoto. Yamamoto wearing a flag and is going to have an opportunity here and be set up on the 15-metre arc. It's a big space to defend now, isn't it, that 15-metre arc?
Yeah, it's in a big open space and gives the attackers on those elbows a lot of room to drive and also to cut through. So
Yamamoto has the ball, looks the other side, finds Nakazawa. Nakazawa looks to push the ball into the crease, decides to push it out. Ball comes down the back corner. And just taking it out there. Mizuno not happy with that offensive foray, so let's reset what we're going to do. Ball comes back over to Yamamoto. Yamamoto looks to go past, gets on her left as the defender there for Korea in Hua Yeon. Oh, good save there from the shot of Kawhi, and that's what you like to do when you come in as a keeper. Heiji gets her first save of the game. Always nice when you come in and get put into the game.
absolutely. There was probably not a great angle on that shot, so I think coaches would be looking for a bit more high percentage on the attack there.
And Farley presenting, comes off the bench. Farley picks the ball up. She's attracted a crowd here, a bit like the Boxing Day sales. Back there's a crowd starting to form around her. And she wears a push there. And Farley will...
Still got quite a few around her there, so...
She must think she's snow skiing at the moment with the amount of white around her. So Farley has the ball down on the goal line extended and now just going behind goal line extended. She's looking to just isolate here. Farley looking to get inside. Slide comes from Japan. Good work. Farley pops the ball over to her teammate there in Shaylin. Shaylin under massive pressure there from Hirose. Still hassling her. Good work there from Farley. Farley now with the ball again. Just gets one up a little high and Farley will take the ball.
Yeah, she turned into that, but it also forced her stick back into her body, so...
So Farley with a little bit of space here. What can Korea do in an offensive set? Looks up the top. Good work. Just didn't quite get the handle of the ball there. And Vroom will kick the ball down the goal line extended there to Su Young.
Yeah, so great defensive sliding, really reacting early and putting some pressure on that.
Kim looking to put a defender into a spin there, and that is just not probably what the coach would have asked for, as that pass just was forced into the centre under pressure. And here we go, Japan with a fast break opportunity. Looks inside, fires down, and there we go. And Kawhi gets another one. I think that's probably her third of the day now. And transition ball, Japan will kill you if you allow that to happen.
And we can see there, if there's 3 or 4 support passes, they had multiple options there. They came down in a wave. You often do that as a drill, coming down, getting your attackers to running lanes and diagonals through there. There was multiple options.
And Kitagawa just sitting on that bottom crease.
Was also an option.
"Oh, come on, kick it at me. I'm the goal scorer." But good work there from the eventual goal scorer there in Kawhi. She also evens it up with 3 goals now, and Kitagawa with 3. And ball comes back, Farley up against Harbour. Harbour wins the ball. Harbour, another transition opportunity here for Japan, but decides to bring the ball out. Mizuno will now pass the ball down the back there through Aoyama. Aoyama finds the goal scorer of the first quarter there in Kitagawa. Kitagawa looking to attack the cage. Good off-ball movement. And just no one I can see in there. You see Su Young. She has no opponent anywhere near her. She's just trying to find some space in there. And Japan force a card, and it's now in the stick of Kitagawa. We saw what she did in the first quarter. She's quick off the mark is Kitagawa. Gets inside Kitagawa. Looks to roll left-handed and just fires that one past the left-hand pipe. But good backup there from Mizuno.
Yeah, and I'm okay with the Koreans forcing them back out for the free shot rather than leaving them wide open right on the crease. Just give the goalie a little bit more time and send them back out if that's what you need to do.
So Mizuno with the ball. Kicks it up to Hosoda. Hosoda looking to come. Gets inside. Hosoda fires. Oh, that one's just over the top of the cage. That has not missed by much. Gets up a little sore there, Hosoda. That's just might have landed a bit awkwardly there.
Yeah, she was almost midair when she had that shot, so came down hard.
It is. And ball to Harbour as Hosoda is coming. Is she coming? I thought she was coming from the field. No, she's going to ask to stop play here because she's injured. And there's a player down, so they will stop play, and that's probably the better thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, rather than sitting down, they probably think she's having a rest, but she definitely came up lame as she hit the ground. She has her knee strapped there, and maybe she's just twinged that. We hope she's okay.
Yeah, certainly not looking comfortable there after that heavy fall.
And she knew straight away, didn't she? And the training staff going, don't run off. As she just finds her way to the bench.
Wasn't getting noticed, so had to lay down just to get the attention of the umpires there.
Tell you what, I used to have to lay down after playing lacrosse because that crease area was so hard to run around in. You know, my whole 2 metres every time I ran. But ball back up the top. Finds Oda. Oda to Harbour. Harbour to Yamamoto. Yamamoto looking to drive in on her player. Looking the other side. Good inside cut there. Harbour with the ball on the left hand and draws that free space from the Korean defence. And Harbour will take the ball almost top centre here at the 15-metre arc. There's a whole lot of white shirts down the bottom. Yep, that's good from Korea. Just making sure they pick them up. Harbour steps in, fires, and Harbour puts it down, left-hand foot. And she gets her first goal of the game, Haruka Harbour. And another one for Japan. Talk us through this, Michelle.
Yeah, there's multiple options down low, but she uses her pace really nicely off that and maintains possession of the ball and really holds on, looking for that point of release when she's shifted the goalkeeper. So just took those extra couple of steps to make sure that she put that away. So using her strengths to get off fast off the line and then just holding it enough to let the goalkeeper already commit to one side and putting it the other.
And goes straight back to the centre on that other line and says, let's do it again. So Harbour, that's going to be a centre draw. The ball must come up above shoulder height.
Harbour and Moto just dominating that centre, winning most of them to themselves.
So Hei Min in there for Korea. We're currently 10 goals to 1 Japan with 5.5 to go, and that'll be another illegal procedure now. And that will end up with Heimin. So an opportunity here for Korea to play some offense. Well, Japan aren't going to allow that to be an easy job, as Heimin gets the ball. Vroom looking to just carry the ball down through X. She has a player to her right in Hannah Yang.
Oh, and they've sent the double. Goalie's come out and they've sent the double out on that corner.
All right, so obviously looking at trying to create some, and that's up and over. Great pressure there from Japan. That's something I think they would have talked about, and other teams will be very happy to see some of this going on if they're watching, as coaches normally do.
Yeah, absolutely. So just the very agile Japanese goalie came out, picked up an attack and was able to free up another defender and sent the double.
So Ainui gives the ball over there, and then subsequently ball comes to Oda. Oda just about parts of seas. Tink, tink, tink off the bar. That one goes out of bounds from Kitagawa. Well, she hasn't missed the cage today. She's had 3 in and 1 on, but that one isn't going to count towards the score sheet. Good backing up there from Japan. Ball comes over to Yamane. Yamane looking to oh, that's just a great inside, and we talk too soon. Commentators curse. Kitagawa fires that one straight over the top of the cage, and probably one of the easiest shots she's had today.
Perfect diagonal cut there. Lefty drive, righty cut. It's a pretty simple formula.
Lacrosse can be a very simple game. Kitagawa, she'd like to have that one back, I am sure. Japan push the ball up the top. Ball to Yamamoto. Yamamoto gets inside, still gets inside, and whistle does blow. And that is going to be on Shanae, I should say, for a free space call, or maybe a 3-second call, either or. She was definitely in a space she shouldn't have been. Look on this on the right-hand side. There it is. Looks inside and pops it up to the top shelf. Good shot there from Yamamoto. And she gets her first of the game, I believe. And good non-stick side shot.
Yeah, I called her as a lefty, a specialist lefty, but she's shown me that she's well and truly happy to shoot both sides. So.
And I've called her for 1 goal. That's her second. So, you know.
We're doing well.
We're doing all right here in this first game. We hope you're enjoying this live free coverage on the Australian Lacrosse Network and through World Lacrosse TV. It's amazing to be able to bring you this level of lacrosse, and in such a beautiful place as the Sunshine Coast Stadium. If you are overseas, do yourself a favour. And Australia is a wonderful place to get to holiday. It is so diverse in its entirety from around the country. So many great places, and Michelle, the people here are always welcoming.
Absolutely. We've had a fantastic time here up on the Sunshine Coast.
And are we leaving?
We're thinking
about staying. It's a definite possibility.
I saw the rain in Melbourne yesterday and I was very happy to be up here.
The rain in Melbourne falls mainly on the plain. I think that's our warm-up at the moment. Or we think the sun in the Sunshine Coast is where we love the most. So time out had there by Korea.
Yeah, we saw the Koreans get called in that quarter for free space a little bit more, and that's because they've adjusted and they're really sitting inside the fan area, trying to cut down on the dominance that the Japanese team in Kitagawa just had so much space in the middle there. So they've clogged that up a little bit, but in turn they've given themselves some free space calls and given the Japanese team some options from the free shot line.
So Heimin into the centre. Up against Ainui. And they've been dominant through this centre draw, have Japan today. I'm sure Pete will give us all those stats at three-quarter time. Good work out the back. Just found the space there for Tanaka. Tanaka picks the ball up and an opportunity here again through Nakazawa. Nakazawa passes the ball down. looks to draw her player there. As Yamane. Yamane as the substitutions come on. And Aoyama gets that one straight away. And another substitution on behind her is Yamamoto. Yamamoto getting the last goal. Looks inside. Yamane looks to fire. Fires over. Just misses the target. But good backup there from Tanaka. Tanaka down the back. Oh, on the back corner there. Good save from the keeper. And Heiji with a great save with the attacker almost right on the crease. There was Nakazawa.
Yeah, Nakazawa had a lot of time. We had Heimin slide to help defensively support, but then lost her player.
So Joshun down the outer side, just loses the ball. Immense pressure pops here. So another opportunity here for Japan. They have some ascendancy in this transition. Ball here with Yamane. Yamane steps in and Yamane says, "That's mine, thank you very much." And great defensive pressure out here on this wing, Michelle.
Yeah, you could see they had 3 people attacking the ball and nowhere to go for Korea. So they've got to work harder to support each other through that transition. If there's 3-on-1, there's got to be some spares. So. And
Joy Shun must have been thinking, where are my teammates? Because if I've got 3 on me, there's got to be a couple free, but I can't see them. And just got corralled into, she gives a bit of a low 5 to her coaches, and she's going, "I'm giving it all I've got, captain."
Yeah, yesterday we saw teams happier to go back when they got that pressure with 3. They'd go back to the goalkeeper and then flick the ball to the other sides. But we haven't seen that as much in this game.
Not at all. Back to the centre draw we go. Ainui with Farley in there for Korea. 12-1 is the score. 45 seconds left in this third quarter. Ball comes out. Is there enough time to have another goal? Well, I'll tell you what, Nakazawa says, yep, potentially. For just under 40 seconds now, Japan will work for the last shot. Ball kicks over there to Kitagawa. Kitagawa, she says, "I'll have a shot anytime I get an opportunity." Ball down on the bottom corner. They do come around. Looks inside. Follows up there. Good save up the top on Kitagawa from the keeper there in Heiji. And Heiji just rolls the ball back in. And the ball will...
Defender can't go back.
Yeah, correct. I was just thinking that. The defender can't go into the circle.
The goalkeeper can roll it back in
and go
herself,
back in and get it herself, but the defender can't. And what that did, though, was give enough time for the clock to run out. And it's three-quarter time here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium in Game 1 of Day 2 in this Women's 2025 Asia-Pacific Lacrosse Championships, the World Qualifiers. And that was quite an exciting quarter as a whole. Japan eking out to a 12-1 lead here. And the reason that those scoreline looks like it is, well, we're about to find out because it's the stats that matter. And Peter Greenhouse, what did you find in that quarter, mate?
Yeah, Japan dominated centre draw possession that quarter, 4-1. So having the ball, obviously, more than your opponent is going to give you the upper hand. So good to see there. 4 goal scorers, Kawai, Haba, Yamamoto and Yamana. Really 2 from free shots. They're almost gimmies now for Japan. And and the other 2 were transition goals. A 1-2, and then the other one was just straight to goal. But she did... that was Yamana, ran straight in and gave enough doubt to the defence. They didn't really know what to do, which gave her the space to take that shot. So, yeah, Japan really having the ascendancy now. Hard for Korea to really stay motivated in the game at 12-1. So,
well, you saw on the outer side here, Pete, right in front of us, the pressure there that turned that ball over. When Jo Shun had the ball and they had 3 on her and she just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's right. And I think for everyone at home and for us in here, I think I'm going to start taking the stat of this turnover from pressure, defensive pressure.
Yep.
It'd probably be a good one to
pressured turnovers.
Yep.
Look at that. Pete will be all over that, I tell you.
So they're the ones the coaches love.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'll hopefully get some more stats throughout the week with regards to defensive pressure.
Well, thank you, Peter Greenhout, for all you do in the commentary as well as the ball. And we've got another goalie change here. So we've got Jeon Yun Sung coming into the cage for Korea. So they have 3 keepers that they've brought over. And ball comes back into the centre. So 15 minutes to go in this first game. Coming up after this, Australia get their second game underway against China. That's always a good matchup. And ball into the centre. Farley just winning that one from Onui. And Farley will take the ball. We've seen her do this before. She doesn't mind carrying a ball and getting through. But I think Japan might be another
Yeah, we
another
saw
level.
her go from centre draw to goal yesterday.
Oh, Farley left alone. They just left off her. Farley fires the ball. That's missed. Great pickup. It's an opportunity here.
Really great reaction there from the Japanese defence. They were caught out, but slid back.
So great back up there, and Kang had the ball. Ball now in the stick of Su Young. Su Young just looking for an option. Finds Ji Seung. And the ball has been knocked down. So an opportunity here still. Look at the keeper out there. She says, let me at it, coach. Give me an opportunity. So it's 4-on-1 out there, and they will come up with it. No, gets a check. And the ball is deemed to have, no, just the wrong arm. I thought that had come off a Korean stick. And Japan will bring the ball out here through Kai. Kai, pass the ball. Look at that outlet there. That will open up the field immensely as Kawhi has the ball, looks inside, looks to fire, does get inside. And a great goal there from Tanaka. But how quickly did they get that ball from behind goal and extended defence into offence?
Yeah, that's a fantastic long pass. Accurate, hit the stick. And you can see the Japanese come down in waves. As opposed to we saw the Koreans coming down and having, 1-on-3. When you see the Japanese bring the ball down, they're coming down in waves of midfield. So there's always a support option to the left.
That ball out the back reminds me of the old AFL Pagans paddock. Just throw it over the top and
let them run into
the space, and did exactly that. Japan really switched on. Great outlet to hit Kawhi on that wing. And from there was just a flood coming through.
Yeah, using their strengths, which is their pace through that transition, throwing it out to space, right in front, took it on the run, didn't have to change step at all.
So Muto into the centre here up against Jo Shun. So I haven't seen Jo Shun take a centre draw yet, and that looks like that one will be reset. So interesting, just trying to find something here, Korea, changing up their centre draw player.
Yeah, and they've got they're down. They need to find what's going to work for them in some of these other games. So still trying to find some positives out of this match.
So Jo Shun, Muto. Oh, good. That's so much pressure there. And Japan will win the ball.
Unlucky there, Phoebe Kim, I think.
Yeah, it was. But Oda, she was strong in that contest. As the ball now, in the blink of an eye, is flicked down to Ayama behind goal line extended. Players and subs coming on. Mizuno takes the ball now. Top right-hand side. Ball. Kicked it back down behind X and finds X now. Kitagawa. Just looks to attract a crowd, and she will attract a crowd, but she's actually got a one-on-one here if she can work her way around, but decides not to. Kicks the ball back down there to Mizuno. Mizuno runs up just above goal line extended on the left-hand side. Over to Oda. Oda kicks the other side, so they're really working the angles here. Kawhi back down the back, so plenty of movement here. As look a little inside, and great save there, but a good shot from Kitagawa made the keeper have to make that save, and Yuan Sung just on the field again. 1 from
Yeah,
1.
fantastic stuff. And as you said earlier, that when you're coming on just for the last quarter, there's a goalie, you want to make that save, but unfortunately not that one.
Not that one, as Yamamoto gets another one for Japan. And the number 7 beats the number 7.
She certainly did. She comes, she attacks with pace there.
Just gets inside, and the crash coming from the opposite side just
Yeah,
didn't.
Haymin needed to, she slid nicely defensively, but made no contact and certainly didn't delay her at all.
Yeah, you saw very flat-footed the defence on the opposite side. They should have closed that space down when they saw her coming, but
Yeah.
allowed her to free her hands.
Yeah, Yamamoto just able to take that additional step around. We needed to get some more defensive pressure. So the slide's coming now, but Haymin just not able to put enough stick on there.
So Joe Shun back in the middle, up against Muto. Ball comes out, another opportunity, and it is. It's almost a replay there of the last one as Oda this time wins it cleanly. Ball onto the ground, picked up by Aoyama. Aoyama will look to go inside. No, fires it back up the top. Now here's a little opportunity, but good defense there from Korea. Ball comes up to Yamamoto. Yamamoto fires the ball over there to Kawhi. Kawhi giving space to her left-handed attacker in Mizuno. Mizuno looking up, looks to fire up. Great inside pass, and that's going to be some free space as you saw that just close in on Oda. And great ball movement from the Japanese women's lacrosse team.
Mizuno looking right, drawing all of the Korean defenders on her side. They're worried about her drive and leaving Oda wide open on the opposite side.
You can see Kitagawa here. She's looking like she's going to come around on this left-hand side now.
Yep.
And she does. But that's almost to draw that defender not to come. And there's going to be another free space there.
Another free space call.
So this might be a bit of a set play here. And they look like they're going to almost run it from the other side. Kitagawa looking to just step behind her defender.
She's gone back
up,
around.
And there she goes inside. Good inside movement there from Kawhi. She has put another one away. I reckon that's 4 for Kawhi today.
Yeah, we're going to struggle to have to select the MVP here, I think, Tony. You and I, game on.
Game is on. We were 2-2 yesterday, but we've changed the rules of the game. You're only allowed to pick one now. I gave you an option yesterday to pick a couple.
You were being nice to me
Being
yesterday.
nice on your first day. The second day gets a little tougher, but we are 2-2 in the MVP stakes. And we'll have to start to think about how that looks as the game heads towards an end. We've got 7 minutes 50 to go in this fourth quarter. We see Japan up 15-1 over Korea. And Muto in the centre here against Farley. As the centre draw gets set. Farley, Muto, good pick up. Muto loses the ball. Ball still to be won. Farley battles. Ball flicks out the back now. Muto and a pre-check there. And we'll see. No, just making sure the right player has it. Muto. And Farley, she's just moved anyway. She didn't care. Not really an advantage for Japan. And the ball is in the stick of Fujimura as she comes to the bench. Obviously in a defensive role, Fujimura. Ball up to Mizuno. And she is definitely in an offensive role.
She is. She's subbing off each after each centre draw. She's being brought on as a specialist attack.
And just able to get around her defender there. This could open something up. Kicks it down the bottom corner. Ball movement is really crisp here from Japan. Nice inside cut. Oh, that looked very good. Just couldn't quite get a handle of the ball. Picked up there by the defender in Yuri. Yuri under immediate pressure. She has an option out behind her, but Yuri just fires. That's not a great pass. Straight into the centre. Fires down, and that's a pretty easy opportunity there for Akiyama. Just one of the... It doesn't matter what sport you play. You do not go back into the corridor when you're under pressure. And you see exactly why there. As the ball just found its way to the corridor, Michelle. And
Yeah, I think the Korean coach is going to be a little disappointed in that one. As we said, doesn't matter what sport it is, you go down the line, not across into the centre and the danger zone. And easily picked off by the Japanese attack there.
And we have a timeout here, I believe. And I believe that's going to be called by Japan. I think, no, Korea has called it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and probably after that turnover.
That's but that's a learning moment, isn't it?
It is, and that's what the coaches
Absolute.
will bring them in and have a discussion around that.
Well, the funny thing is that Yuri actually had a spare player behind her. They could have utilised those two players, but instead of using the keeper and instead of using the other free player, Yuri was trying to create something. The two free players were there, and the one that she gave it to, well, that was a free player, but unfortunately it had a white shirt on.
Yeah, and they're high risk, high reward, though, aren't they? She was looking to try and create something. If it just got over the top, they might have been away. But I think at this stage of the game, yeah, she was just trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and she's been good in the defence, though, today, Yuri. She's done a lot of work down there for Korea.
Yeah, she's had to pick up those low attackers who have been really dominant in this game, really driving those corners and either feeding or presenting in front. So, yeah, she's done a mountain of work.
So Uchida coming out back in the goals for Japan. So they've made the change. So Saito has come from the field, and Japan making a change there. Yuan Sung for Korea.
Yeah, we have really seen the goalies rotating through quite a lot, haven't we?
Has. So we'll just looking down there. Maybe you can see Saito down there. She's just doing some ladder work. So she's certainly fit enough.
Yeah, she hasn't come off for a rest. She's continued to work out down there.
She has indeed. So we see Harbour in the middle up against Farley. And Harbour, she's been good in the centre today too.
She has. She's won it quite a lot.
As Muto picks
Her
the
and
ball
Muto
up.
have dominated in that centre possession.
Pressure, but may able to extract herself from that pressure. As Oda, she's been good today too. Oh, looks inside, opens up. Muto looks down the bottom corner. That's a tink it goes. Might have tipped off the stick of the keeper onto the bar. And just out-faked herself there, I think, Akiyama.
She's trying to just squeeze it out into the top corner.
But back up had by Japan. Brought in by Yamane. As she passes the ball to Mizuno and gets the ball back to Yamane. Yamane on the left-hand side, trying to... Oh, little BTB! Love that. It's hit her own teammate there. Good pressure, but just going to be deemed to be illegal. A little close to the head there. Don't mind the little BTB.
Yeah, you do love them. I'm not sure that was the right option on that one.
Oh, it's always the right option, Michelle. What do you want about? As an attacker, there's always a BTB in your
If it
kit.
went in, it was the right option.
Exactly. That's the coach in me that goes, no. Oh, great goal. It's... But look at the pressure, Japan. They're not giving up, are they? Their 16 went up. There's 4.5 minutes to go. And the pressure they're applying.
Hard. So Korea have got to find the spare.
So Yuri has the ball, and she's not going to be... she's got the keeper there she can use. She's not really looking at the keeper, though, at the moment.
So you'll see the Japanese goalkeeper is out and picking up the lowest attack to enable the midfielders to bump up.
Oh, look at the pressure here.
3 on 1.
3 on 1. 3 on 1. And that's come off a white stick, I believe. Yes, it did come off Harbour's stick. So Farley, that's right in front of us in the commentary area. As Mackenzie Farley will bring the ball in. She has 2 white shirts in front of her. There's got to be a free one. Looks to get through. Great carry there from Farley. And she's able to extract. Finds Yuri. Looks down and inside. So have Korea got another opportunity. Oh, just hung it out. Great check there from the Japanese defender in Tamura. And an opportunity here for Japan. Mizuno running down, kicks the ball on the outer side here to Akiyama. Akiyama tries to fire across, doesn't quite. Good pick up there from Oda. Oda back up the top to Harder to Yamamoto. And just settling things down a little. 3 minutes to go in this 4th term.
Just balancing back up. They were all on the one side, the Japanese offense, so they've just rotated back around.
And the ball comes all the way back to Akiyama, who started that passing around the key. Looks inside to Harbour. Harbour, she looks to go but doesn't. So that really did open up almost there again for Japan. Good inside look. Oh, fires, and that's tipped off the stick of a white stick. Ball picked up down there. Looks to give it to the keeper. The keeper's, great. Oh, I was going to say great pick off. Here's an opportunity. Looks down under pressure. Probably could have given that pass initially when she had it with a player right in front, but decided that she was going to take it to the cage there and might have worn a little bit of love there. Did Yamane?
Yeah, much better reaction from the Koreans there to get in and get some pressure on that and not let her drive round and have an open shot.
So Oda over to Akiyama. As Ayama comes on. Oh, Harbour just stepped off. Farley looks in and Harbour gets another one. Just trying to pick it off there was Mackenzie Farley. Unfortunately, when it doesn't work, you're left well behind.
Right.
And Harbour, you watch here on the replay, near to pick it off, nothing there, and just left her other defenders out to dry.
Yeah, and that's when that space is so critical because it's a long way to slide. So if you're going to do that, you want to let your adjacent defenders know that you're pushing out so that they can sag in a little bit and back you up.
So a minute and a half to go here in the fourth. Harbour gets her second for Japan. Japan 17-1 leaders here in this first pool game for the day in the beautiful Sunshine Coast Stadium here in Queensland, Australia. And again, we hope you're enjoying the live coverage on the Australian Lacrosse Network and through World Lacrosse TV. Opportunity here for Japan as illegally, must have been a pre-check there. Ball here with Kim. Phoebe Kim. So have Korea got another goal in them. Just under 40 seconds to go in this game. Jo Shun with the ball, looking for her teammate down there. As ball kicks back up the top. Phoebe Kim looks to get inside. She's certainly battling hard in there. Good ball control there from Kim. Kim fires, and that's just come off the keeper, I reckon, at the last minute.
Deserves some reward there, I thought, Phoebe Kim. Well held under extreme pressure.
And that was a just great ball control. I mean, do it with the men's stick, do it with the women's stick. That's even harder.
Yeah, she found her way through the middle, just unable to get some balance to finish that shot.
Jae Seung. And that will end it up here as the final whistle goes here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium in the first game of the tournament today. We see Japan running out winners over Korea, and that has qualified the Japanese, even though they were the home, or they're hosting, so they get the home right. That still qualified them for the World Games in 2026. So congratulations to Japan. They are going to go to the Women's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan.
In 2026. So, yeah, an amazing event. We're really looking forward to that. And I think the teams here are really trying to make sure that they're one of the teams that qualify.
And we'll just hear from Pete Greenhouse, and then we'll go around and get our MVP thoughts. But Pete, what did you see in that last quarter, and anything major for the game?
Yeah, so Japan obviously dominated. Korea just getting the one goal by Phoebe Kim. I'll go through the Japanese goal scorers. We've got Kitagawa, 3 goals. Inouye got 1 assist. Harbour ended up with 3 goals, 1 assist. Yamamoto got 3 goals. Tamura got 2 assists. Kawai, 4 goals, 2 assists. Had a great game. Oda, 1 goal. Ayama, 1 goal, 1 assist. And that brings an end to the goal scorers. But yeah, look, multiple goal scorers, but really through Kitagawa, Harbour, Yamamoto and Kawai, they were the 4 dominant players for the game in the offensive end for Japan.
And we thank Peter Greenhouse for all our stats. Now the really important things. I'll go last because but I know where I want to head. Michelle Davies, your tip for MVP for this game?
Yeah, I would have gone Kitagawa early. She hit the board with 3 for 3 very early on, but I'm going to go Harbour.
Harbour.
I think she did extremely well in the centre, and then managed to come back and put it in the back of the net in the second half as well. So for all-round performance and across all 4 quarters, Harbour for
you,
me.
number 18. Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at Harbour too. You're right. In the centre draws, Japan won possession 6 times. So really, she had a great influence there. But as an attacker, as I did yesterday, I'm going to go Kauai, 4 goals to assist.
Yeah.
And you know, there was some really great transition that she had throughout the whole game.
Well, I'm going to. You've probably both taken my first 2 picks, so
you're gonna go with
and
Kitagawa.
I can't go there, and I'm not going to go Kitagawa. I'm going to go Mizuno, number 25 for Japan, and you've left me hung out because you've got my first 2 picks.
Yep.
But you know that's what happens when you pick third, and we'll see what the MVP and what the officials think of this game. But Japan really happy. They've qualified for the 26 World Championships more than anything, and now they'll set their sights on the gold medal here in the Women's World Qualifiers for the Asia Pacific.
Yeah, as they're working their way through the checklist, make sure that they're at that event, and then and now focus on winning this one. So into the crossover matches.
Yeah, and look, Korea played really well. They pressured as much as they could. I thought Mackenzie Farley for Korea had a great game. Tried to influence the game a bit late. Had a shot at the end, but all over the field, Mackenzie Farley really put up a really good game.
Yeah, look, she was good yesterday too for the Koreans, and we're not far away from heading down to Jason Bennett, our Master of Ceremonies, as the teams just shake hands to hear exactly who will win the MVP of this game, as there is a just shaking hands with the officials now, and we will bring Jason in very shortly as we are just lining up. What a beautiful day here, and these 2 teams now, they've got the rest of the day off. They get to recover and probably watch a little bit more lacrosse as the day goes on.
Yeah, why wouldn't you as well? You got that early game. I mean, like we said earlier, you do have to look after your body, go through the right procedures, the recovery, ice baths, whatever it might be. But yeah, stick around, watch some great lacrosse. You got the Aussies coming up next, and Japan will be really interested to see what they bring.
They will indeed, as the Koreans just finish up shaking hands with the officials as the teams get into position. Our MC and man with the dulcet tones down there, Mr. Jason Bennett, is just about ready to go. So we will hand over to Jason right now.
Game 1 of the second day of the 2025 Asia Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championships in the books. The final score, Japan victorious 17-1. And it's my pleasure now to announce our match MVP from Japan. Number 6, Nene Kauai. Congratulations. Congratulations on another win. What do you think would have pleased the coaches most about that performance?
今日まずおめでとうございますと。で、今日のコーチ陣たちが見た中で我々のプレーどの部分が一番良かったかなと感じますか。
どういうことですか。
どこが良かったと思いますか。
どこが良かった。今日はチーム全員でしっかり走ってクリアもライドもしっかり成功率高めにできたことが良かったんじゃないかなって思います。
Seems to be a really good energy amongst your group, a really good connection between the group. Yep. Oh, absolutely. Sorry.
Okay. First off, thanks Korea for a great game, and Korea. Okay. And we did a great clearing and shots, and we got good percentage of that. So that's what we did great on our game today.
Great energy and connection within the group. You guys must be very happy with the way you're playing so far this week.
すごいエナジーがすごい日本はあって、いい試合をしてたと思うから、どんな気分ですか今？
最高です。
She's feeling great.
Oh, that's it. That was short and sweet. Next up, Chinese Taipei tomorrow. What are you expecting?
次、チャイニーズ・タイペイだけど、まあ、どういうことを意識していきたいですか？
チーム全員で同じように走って日本らしいラクロスができるようにしたいと思います。
We're gonna run a lot and be Team Japan and be together as one and beat another game.
Well, congratulations to you. You guys, obviously, as the host nation, you're through to the World Championships, but you've also qualified on your own merits. You're through to the next round. Well done, Japan. Well done to Korea. Next up, our clash between Australia and China as day 2 of the championships continue. Well done, Nene. Thanks, everybody.
And great job down there, Jason Bennett and Pete. Yep, you're in the game now. It's 2-2-1. He's come in and he's just snuck away. I tell you what, he took my pick though. I'm not going to lie.
I was trying to find a point of difference.
I had Kawhi. I was on Kawhi, and I've got first pick next game.
That's one of the benefits of seeing all the statistics here, Tony.
It is indeed. Yeah, look, had a fantastic game there, did Kawhi, and a fantastic job there from Japan. And fantastic job from everyone here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Christian Luray up on the camera, does a fantastic job. Jimmy Dobson down there, he's actually got some shade today, so he won't get as burnt as he did yesterday, and doing a great job on there. Mr. Scotty Gill, thank you so much. Pete Greenhouse, thank you, mate. We've got you all week and look forward to plenty more stats as the week goes on.
Pleasure.
And Michelle Davies, it's starting to happen here in the ALN commentary box, and it's great to have you a part of this. So thank you again for being here. You'll be back for Australia, as will Pete, in the next game.
Yeah, looking forward to that matchup.
And on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and the ALN crew, if you are watching on the ALN or World Lacrosse TV, we welcome you, Australia, up against China in the next game. We can't wait to bring it to you live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you soon.